Hey guys, welcome to Superlative Radio. Dylan Stone here with you. Hope you enjoy the following vlog.
Hey guys, welcome to another vlog here on Superlative Radio. Probably one of the last vlogs we're going to get to do in a spot like this. We're out just getting the chance to enjoy the little bits of the year that are left. And as you can see, we're in, this is a place called New River Beach in New Brunswick. It's a really nice beach. So if you're ever in New Brunswick, come visit it. It's a nice spot. And, you can maybe, I'm not sure if you can hear the ambience of the waves crashing against the shore, but it's pretty cool. And it's a pretty nice spot. I want to talk today about our provincial election that we just had. We had a provincial election on September the 14th here in New Brunswick, and the Conservatives got in again, as opposed to anybody else. And I was quite pleased to see the fact that the Conservatives got back in. Now, I'm not, as I've said before, I'm not a conservative, I'm not a liberal, I'm not right, I'm not left. I just kind of walk that middle line, and I'm one of those, like, when they always talk about swing voters, I'm one of those voters that can go either way depending on what's really going on. When I look back at the last 4 years, are the Conservatives perfect? No. Do they have a great track record? No. Do they have a good or better track record than the Liberals? Yep. It's basically just choosing one evil for another evil, I guess. But in this case, I'm actually quite pleased with the job Blaine Higgs has done over the last 4 years. He handled this pandemic that we've had very well. New Brunswick was one of the safest places in North America. And given how he's handled it so far, I think it's only best that he continue to handle it, given that we're probably going to get a second wave here in the fall. I'm pleased with how the first part of it was handled. So that was why I voted the way I did. And I'm not ashamed to admit that that's how I voted. I'd be the same way right now if there were to be a federal election. I would probably vote for the Liberals, simply because of the way Justin Trudeau's government has handled the pandemic. Does it mean they have a great track record? No. But when it comes to politics, who really does? But again, I'm not sure. There was a lot of other factors that would come into play there. The simple fact is when it comes to elections, I think instead of just being like hardcore one side or the other, people should really look at the job of the people that have been in and what they've done. And you have to give them a little bit of leeway in the fact that everybody's human and everybody makes mistakes. So given that, when you look at what they have done, you go, okay, well, they've done this well, or they've done that well, they haven't done this well, they haven't done that well. And you really should look at everything overall. And is there more, yeah, they did wells, than no, they did nots, right? You have to kind of weigh it all out, and then in your own mind, make up your own, don't let anybody tell you out there how to vote. Really. Don't go, well, I have to vote this way because of this, or I have to vote this way because of that. The problem with politics in North America, or should I say, I guess the problem with politics in Western culture, is that we've become very divided between the right and the left. And I've said this before. When you look at everything as just one side or the other, and the other side is right, and the other side is your side is right, and the other side is wrong, and that's all there's going to be, you leave out people having honest, good discussions on how to actually fix things or make things better. And let's be honest, you can say you're a conservative, or you can say you're a liberal, but deep down, we all know that there are things about both sides that have their good points. We know that. Does anybody think that racism is a good thing? No. Well, if you listen to the media, then all conservatives are racist and all liberals aren't. And that's not the case. So when you look at stuff like that, you have to go, there's plenty of conservatives out there that believe that racism is wrong, and there's plenty of liberals out there that are racist. You can't just say, well, this ideal suits this political line of thinking, and this one suits this line of... It doesn't work that way. Everything has a little bit of good and bad in it, especially when it comes to politics. And when it comes to thinking about how you're going to make things work. So don't let anybody tell you that you have to be, completely one-sided and ignore. We need to listen to each side. We need to weigh the good and the bad on each side. We need to discuss the good and the bads on each side. We have to be, they've got some good ideas. Maybe we could implement some of those. And they've got some good ideas. Maybe we could implement some of those and bring them all together and have an honest, good discussion. This whole thing where you can't be friends with the opposite side even anymore, or I won't date that person because they're a liberal, or I won't date them because they're a conservative. And it's like, I get that vast ideological differences can make for relationship difficulties, sure. But at the heart of it, I'm sure we all want the same things on every side. I'm sure we all want to have stable economies. We all want to have safe working environments. We all want to have equality. We all want to have the same rights and be treated the same way. And I don't think that matters which side of the line which side of the line you stand on. I don't think I've met anybody that's like, no, I don't want rights for them and I don't want rights for them, but I want rights just for me. I don't think that line of thinking really goes anywhere, and I don't think anybody that I know is like that. So, and I know people that vote both ways. I have friends that are conservative, I have friends that are liberal, and I don't like people that go just one side or the other completely and ignore the other. I honestly believe you need to walk that middle path and you need to listen to both sides, because that's how we're going to build a better world. Anyway, just a little thought to make you guys think. Especially, if you're in the US, I know there's another election coming up. In Canada, we have another federal election coming up. Don't let the fact that especially if you're in the US, don't let it say, okay, they're Democrats, so they're bad, or they're Republicans, so they're bad. There's a lot of good Republicans out there. There's a lot of good Democrats out there. There's a lot of bad Republicans, and there's a lot of bad Democrats. Okay, that goes across the board everywhere. Don't just cut things so black and white when it comes to politics, because you can't. Because everybody has ideas that are worth listening to at some point to make the world a better place for all of us. Just keep that in mind the next time you are listening to a political debate or you're thinking about going to vote. Educate yourself on what each person that you're voting for stands for. Educate yourself on what their ideals are. If 30 years ago they did something stupid in their 20s, well, fuck, is anybody perfect? We all do stupid shit in our 20s. I got married. Let's be honest. Everybody does stupid things in their 20s. You can't look and go, oh, well, that person did this 20 years ago. Well, yeah, but they were 25. How perfect were you at 25? I'll bet you made some fucking mistakes. Don't judge people on their past. Judge them on how they are today. Is that person today the same person they were 20 years ago? Are they still shouting because you went and you were like, 10 years ago on Twitter, they shouted this racist comment. Okay, that's 10 years ago. Maybe they've learned a lot since then and realized that was stupid because they were young. If you meet that person today, are they still that same person? If they are, then judge them on that. Yes, you can look at people's histories and go, okay, I kind of have an idea of what they're probably like, but you're never 100% sure until you sit and you talk to somebody or you meet them or you listen to what they're doing and figure things out. So when it comes to that, remember that. Even when it comes to voting and politics, it's important. We all have to live on this planet together. We all have to live in this country together. We have to make it better for everybody. And we can't do that if we're fighting amongst each other about right and left. There is no right or wrong there on either side. There's right and wrong on both sides. It's not just one is right and the other is wrong. Remember that before you go vote. Educate yourself. It's important. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll catch you guys on the next one, right here on Superlative Radio.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Superlative Radio. Come back anytime, and when you do, please make sure you subscribe, make sure you leave a comment. We really want to know what you think. We'll see you soon. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, because that's the way it's supposed to be.